Hey everyone, Ben Ninja here. I'm going to be doing a quick tutorial for Kokonoe. It's going to revolve around corner carry, set play, and black hole setups. Pretty much what we're looking at is getting somebody to the corner and then killing them. This one's not really for beginners, so make sure that you've got your basic Kokonoe down beforehand. The execution in this video is going to be a little bit heavy, but once you've spent the time in training mode, it becomes really consistent. I'm going to start with some anti-air combos. You should really know your basic ones already though. These ones are mainly here to show you some of the corner carry and side swap potential that you can get from that anti-air. If you're underneath someone, you can generally jump behind them. That'll get you a nice side swap. If you really do want that side swap and you don't get the confirm quite right, you can use torimodose to help you out. Counter hit gives you a whole lot more options as well, because once you get into that 2C 6C combination, things really open up. Here's a corner to corner and a side swap combo off of 6B. These are fairly old, but they're really good. These both work off counter hit 3C as well. Here's your basic combo of the 5B, 5C against crouching. In some of the later combos though, I've added in some corner carry potential. This is what you really need off any confirm. Here's a good combo off of 5B, 5C against standing when you have 50 meter. This one goes into C Super Ball and has a decent amount of corner carry. If you don't have the meter for Super Ball, then you can go into an overdrive combo instead. This overdrive combo gives you a fair amount of damage and corner carry. Just try not to use this one unless you're above about 80% health. The reason for that is that the second graviton needs to be non-overdrive so it doesn't SMP. Combos off of instant overhead are fairly important because that situation comes up fairly often. A few things to note on this mid-screen one though. The jump V will only hit once on Carl and New, and you'll find that the 5A will whiff on both New and Amane. To fix this, you just need to micro dash before you do the 5A. Finally, I've got some basic black hole combos. These are where the real damage is, as if the 4K wasn't enough. I've also got a mid-screen version here. You won't see a whole lot of this, but I've got a reason for it a little bit later in the video. A lot of people don't really want to hit these because the 3C can be a little bit tight. After a little bit of time in training mode though, you'll find you hit it really consistently. Before I go into any actual black hole setups, I'm going to show you some Oki that I don't really see a whole lot of. This will come off just about any combo that ends in Super Ball. This one's really good because it gives you time to block DPs before the ball hits them. Once the ball hits them, it stays there for quite a while, and you get to do a few mix-ups of it. The other good thing is that you don't have to deal with any rolls or late techs on this one. The opponent's just forced into a standing position. We're finally into the black hole setups. Everyone should really know the basic bunker to 5 seed black hole setup. From here on, I'm just going to refer to that as the simple setup. The only problem with that one is that a lot of characters can get out, either with meter or for free. The one I'm showing you right now is one that I really like. It allows you to block string into black hole. It punishes late techs and rolls, and then goes back into the same setup after that. The best part about this one is that it's safe against a large majority of invincible moves, especially the ones that'll get a lot of characters out of the simple setup. As with most of these ones though, you do need to look out for counter assaults if somebody has 50 meter, but then if you do bait that, you get the punish. Back into the same setup. In future I'm just going to refer to this one as the DP safe setup. So to start off with, Taker can get out of the simple setup for free with 1 or 2 sledges. The DP safe setup will hit him out of the sledges, but lose to wake up 720. Because of that, you're going to want to do the DP safe setup whenever Taker doesn't have 50 meter. When he does have 50 meter, you can do this setup instead. Just going to show you a few things that this setup beats, mainly anti-airs and the 720 and the things to note here. If Taker does delay tech, it's recommended that you backdash so you don't get 720'd. If that is the case though, you still have some options. Rachel can get out of the simple setup and the DP safe setup with a good win tech. This setup beats just about every option. Just make sure to look out for counter assaults as usual. Carl was a bit of a tricky one. His command dash is projectile invincible, so it gets him out of most setups. However, both versions are vulnerable to lows. He can do Rhapsody of Memories if Ada is close enough, however after a corner carry combo, she's usually not around. I'm sure this is the one everyone wanted to see, Azrael. Azrael gets out of a lot of normal setups because Growler is both invincible and just eats projectiles. This one relies on the fact that if you walk forward a step and block, the ball's going to go away. If Azrael does decide to block, you can go ahead and block string him into the ball, into the black hole. It's going to end up as a guessing game, but it's really the most that you've got against Azrael. If you don't want to do this setup, you can always be creative with Gravitons. This setup against Jin would have to be my personal favorite. Jin gets out of the simple setup by rolling and then running away. He gets out of the DP safe setup by Yukikaze-ing the lightning. Even if you do bait Yukikaze and it whiffs, it's very hard to punish because he's invincible until the time he can block. There is one thing that Jin can't block though, and this is where your mid-screen black hole combo comes in. Here's just some random stuff you may be able to pick up in match. We're looking at pure block strings into black hole and some stuff to do off Super Bowl if you have 100 meter. At this point you should be able to take almost any character to the corner and kill them. Your only problem is going to be if you don't have enough meter to hit the black hole. If that's the case, then you can do this setup against most characters. It allows you to block string as long as you need to and builds a ton of meter. The best part about it though is that it then goes into black hole. Let's have a look at around start conditions, the death situation here. Especially as Rachel, without any sort of DP options, the only way out of this is to burst. So again, all this really comes down to is hitting your opponent, getting them to the corner, and then killing them. If you're having trouble with the 3C link after the black hole, all I can say is to go into training mode, try it out for a couple of hours, and you'll have it consistent by the end, I promise.